Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the A&E Truck Series Season 2 race here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Not the new one, the old Atlanta, where the Harviking line is going to be real, the outside line is going to be real, but also the tire saving method is going to be a big factor. I am brought along with my co-part. That's going to be Nigel Seidel, and then the guy behind the camera angles and the replay is going to be Dean Hopton here in the broadcast booth. Nigel, how are you doing this afternoon? Or, well, evening.
Good evening to you there, Dylan. Good evening to Dean, who's in the trailer bringing you the pictures, and good evening to everyone watching it in at home. I'm back in the booth this week after 2 weeks being away, so it's great to be back with everyone here. It's going to be a great race here tonight, I think, in Atlanta. The old Atlanta, we're going back in time, 2008. It's going to be a great race tonight. Big field of cars too.
Yeah, big field of cars as we take a look at the playoff standings. After Darlington, Tom Freer is your current points leader. After Darlington, then Brad Newman in P number 2, Aaron Borg third. Fourth is going to be Jason Holdsworth. Fifth is going to be Tyler Williams. And everybody on the right or left-hand side is going to be inside of the playoff bubble. And then on the right-hand side, Kute Dow is the last car in for the playoffs. They got 2 more races here tonight, Nigel, before we go into playoff racing. So you got this race and then the regular season at Bristol next week. And anything can happen within these last 2 races. Like I said, everything is going to be a little bit different come playoff racing time as we get ready to go to the grid and see what times were posted for qualifying and who got the honorary pole for tonight's race here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, as it's going to be Jason Martin leading off our front row with Angus Lawford in P number 2 for project number 36 entry. Jason Holdsworth for Nitro Racing in 3rd, Aaron Borg in 4th, Kude Dow in 5th, Ethan Winter in 6th, Lachlan Pryke in 7th, Brandon Griffiths in 8th, Brad Newman in 9th, and running out your top 10 is going to be Aaron Dorman. 11th is going to be Jamie Davis, and in 12th is going to be Phil Otto.
As we go over the page here, in 13th position, Blake Fitz in his first start in the series tonight in the 686, Trent Laval out of 14th. Tyler Williams, the Racecraft Academy, out of 15th with Nick Burley in 16th. Tom Freer starting in 17th with Matt Raymond in 18th. Lachlan Frank in 19th with Dave Douglas. Double D starting in position 20. Tim Blundell 21st. Lachlan Yakushio coming out of 22nd. Ryan Barber's in 23rd with his teammate from Southern Stars Esports. 24th is Danny Barber.
25th is going to be Chris Bleakley. 26th is going to be Matt Patton. 27th is going to be Brian Blundell. 28th, David Waller. 29th is going to be Jared Gilbert. 30th, Brad Wright. 31st, Riley Curtis. Marty Mitchell, Calvin Clark, Zach Blundell, and Harry Taylor rounding out your 35 car field. as we get ready to take the green flag waving this time by, and a whole lot of field trucks going around at Atlanta 2008 Motor Speedway as we take our first green look at a green flag race here tonight as top three. Our single file Aaron Borg stuck on that outside. Jason Holdsworth quickly making his way up to P number 3, getting on around as we're going to see Brad Newman towards the back go a little bit 3 wide going into turns number 3 and 4. Kute Dow stuck in the middle is way up on that outside. I believe it's going to be Angus Lawford in that number 52. Is he's going to be able to make it back down to 2 wide as, Brandon Griffiths trying to make him move back around to Brad Newman.
This race will be all about saving those tyres, and since it will be a hot track out there tonight, saving those tyres, the long run, if you get these trucks will start to spread out, the long run will come into play. There's a big field of 34 trucks out there tonight, one of our biggest fields for the season so far. Everyone loves Atlanta 2008. It's one track where you really have to drive that car. High line, low line, it doesn't matter. You've got to work every single corner here, and if you don't, you're going to get loose and into that concrete wall.
Yeah, definitely want to be on your tire saving mode as of right now. As soon as that green flag hit the air, as 2 wide battle for Aaron Borg. But right behind Aaron Borg, you got Jason Martin in the number 21. Started P number 1, fell back to 3rd. See it there, he's straddling that white line. Just wants to take his time, save those tires away that he needs to do. And you got to wonder, me personally, whenever I would race in Atlanta, I would try to push my truck or car or whatever I was racing as hard as I possibly could for the first couple laps, get the position that I wanted to do, then I would back my pace down and let everybody run at my pace as if I was a leader, or maybe even possibly deep in the field, or maybe even in the middle of the field. But a lot of these drivers just trying to figure out what line is going to work best for them. As it looks like Aaron Borg using that high lane to his advantage. He's going to pull out to almost a 3/10 lead over P number 2.
There's a good little good start there for the both those Project 36 cars. Second, and both of them in the top 5 there at the moment as well, with Angus Lawford running up front there. There's another one coming up in the top 10 too, with the 92 of Jason Davis. Biggest movers so far in the field is Brad Newman. He's up 5 positions as well. We've got David Lawler. He started at the rear tonight. He's up 4 positions up to 24. And yeah, the biggest loser so far has been Jason Holdsworth and Kudo Dow. They're down 4, but are they playing the long game there, Dylan? Are they thinking to themselves, I'll let these guys go, burn their tyres up and catch them on the long run?
Yeah, I mean, with me racing as much as I have been with Jason Holdsworth, that's pretty much what he plays. He plays the long game. Wants to let everybody else use up all their equipment. He's going to sit behind everybody or let everybody pass and be like, hey, you know what, I'll be there towards the end of the fuel run, as we have 128 laps out here tonight at the old Atlanta. And if there's one thing that could potentially happen, is going to be restarts on old tires. You want to talk about a slick racing surface, you want to see some wheel spin on the restarts, this is exactly the place where you're going to see it. If people elect not to pit, they got to be really careful getting on the gas, getting up through the gears, as we have our first caution out here tonight at Atlanta. This is David Lawler, man, and the number 136, and he's going to get that truck whipped back on around. You've seen him down on the inside, as we get a nice little replay here of the incident that happened. Looks like he's got the number 68.
Looks like the 88 car there, or is it the 66? 58. 58 of Matt Patton decides to get into the back there of the Project 36 truck. So he'll have a little bit of damage on that there. He'll pick that fixed up and he'll come back out on the truck again. Who's going to come down pit road and take tyres this early? I don't think too many will.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't take tires, but I'd go down, top off on fuel any chance that I could possibly get. It is early. Try to stretch out your fuel as long as you possibly can go. But a little bit of back end and passenger side damage for the number 136 machine, as he's going to go in and get that car repaired. Luckily, he got it spun all the way around to where it wasn't the nose of the truck going into the inside wall. That could have been a lot of catastrophic failure for the driver of the number 136, but able to get it going. As the back half of the field looks like about 5 to 6 cars going down into pit lane. Make it 7, 8, 9. Look at about 15 to 16 drivers down into pit lane. Let's see if these guys take tires or if it's just fuel only.
We'll have a look here. At the moment, Matt Raymond, Dave Douglas, Lachlan Nicuccio, Tim Blundell, Ryan Barber, Nick Burling, Chris Bleakley, Andy Barber, Blind Blundell, Jared Gilbert, Brad Wright, Marty Mitchell, and Kelvin Clark and Zach Blundell are all the cars that come down pit road.
Such a unique racetrack. I kind of wish they didn't update Atlanta, make it a super speedway, and this racetrack always provided the best type of racing here on their services. We got the weather pulled up here tonight. It's going to be 111 degrees. The wind is going to be 4 mile an hour to the northeast. It's going to be partly cloudy with a 56.000001 degree humidity in the air tonight. But still, Nigel, like you said, it's going to be a hot, slick track. Definitely going to be fun. As now, as everything is fixed, it is 56% humidity out here. I don't know why I keep saying degree, but I guess that is just how we have to end up doing it. And definitely going to be something to fun. And this is what I was talking about, Nigel. The kind of old tires, I mean, granted, they're only on 10 laps. How easy do you think these drivers are going to be coming to the restart?
I think it's going to be a little bit touchy, but we look at the schedule here, and there's only 2 more chances that you can win yourself into the playoffs, and that's tonight and the Bristol finale next Thursday night, on September 18th. 8 p.m, 150 laps there as well, which is going to be an absolute cracking race to finish the regular season. We got one race to get through tonight, though. If you're out there watching online, give us your predictions. Who do you think is going to win? We always like to engage with the chat out there, so if you're watching out there online, just put your comments in, and we'll get back to you throughout the races. We've got pace car lights are off. We're going to go green this time by.
Yeah, pace car coming around the iconic turns number 3 and 4. It's going to drop off into the pit lane this time by. Take a hard left. Marty's got the green flag up in the air, going to hit the Geico restart zone. It's going to be Aaron Borg and Jason Martin bringing us to the green flag. We are back to racing. Aaron Borg with a good one, and there it is. A little bit of wheel spin for the number 21 machine, able to keep it straight. A little bit of a bobble there by Lachlan with a little bit of connection issues, but able to keep it straight. As looks like Tyler Williams going to try to make it 3 wide around Jason Holdsworth. He's going to get it done there, coming off turns number 1 and 2. Holdsworth just kind of buying his time here and wants to get down to that inside lane, but it's not going to be able to be happening as he's going to be stuck up on that outside. Aaron Borg still running that outside lane. He's found something that he likes to be on that outside. He's not really trying to run that inside, as he's got a little bit of a gap over the top 2 competitors, as Lachlan Pryke in that number 29 machine trying to stuff it down to the inside of that number 39 machine of, I believe that is Ethan Winter. 39, I'm not sure, is down in turns number 3 and 4. Jason Martin started P number 2 on that restart, dropped down to 5th, looking down on the inside to take over P number 4.
And that's something that we're going to start to watch out as well. There, Dylan's he's a bit of blinking going on there on that 29 truck. Is crew chiefs, are they watching this at the moment with strategy rise, knowing that some drivers like the inside, some drivers like the outside? Will they start to play the game there as well, thinking, well, if that truck loves the inside, we'll keep him on the outside so he burns his tyres up even more? Those little tricks and tips are some things that all the crew chiefs and spotters are all thinking about in their team discords at the moment, which will be something to will definitely start to play out in the next 30 or 40 laps.
Yeah, it's going to be something to watch. And as you can see, a lot of drivers using that inside lane to their advantage. 3 wide coming off of the quarter here. The 52, the 1, and the 21, the 3 wide, the 52 backs out of it. Brad Newman up on the outside now with Jason Martin down on the inside. Angus Lawford had to back out of it, almost got it on the outside wall. Able to keep it off the wall, and this is where it's going to start getting a little bit dangerous. The tires are going to start getting a little bit worn. The outside lane, you're going to have to start turning in a little bit harder just to get that truck to rotate as much as you possibly can. And again, this is all open setup, Nigel, so these guys can go down into pit lane, change anything and everything that they can on the truck during pit stops, air pressures, purges, springs, anything that they can to make the truck a little bit faster, a little bit more looser if they need it to be a little bit more looser, or maybe even make it a little bit more tighter during the long run. So a lot of things that can be changed here tonight. Definitely going to see what a lot of these drivers do to get that long run speed after our first round of pit stops.
100%. And the thing is too, we also have to remember. I always think is you always have that first 15 to 20 laps when it feels really good. Then you go through about a 10 to 12 lap stage where the thing is really, really loose, and then after that it tightens itself back up again, and then you either run the right up against the wall or you right down the bottom. It's either one or the other. You're not in the middle.
Yeah, that is one thing that I have learned to see over the years here on iRacing, especially with the open setup side, is you're going to have your neutral phase, tight phase, loose phase, and then back to neutral, depending on how you drive the car coming off of the corners. Is Lachlan Pryke having a lot of connection issues with a little bit of blinking there. Looked like Jason Martin went down to the inside to get around Lachlan, who's going to be able to make the pass. Lachlan just kind of backs out of it, lets him have it. Now on board with the number 6. Looks like Tyler Williams trying to make a move on that Project 36 machine, just not able to get the run that he had formed up there. And another thing that we got to pay attention to there, Nigel, is going to be the dirty air. I know, especially coming through turns number 1 and 2, if you get right up on the back bumper of somebody, it could really disrupt your air on that front nose of your truck and kind of have your tank stop the wall going up towards the outside. So definitely want to keep an eye on that. See who ends up hitting the wall coming off of the corners, or even the looseness coming off of the corners, as well as you got to chase that truck all the way up the racetrack and hope that you can get off the corner nice and easy.
Now taking different lines, 2 to 3 wide, the field's starting to spread out now. 19 in this one here tonight. The majority of the laps so far, we've only had 2 lead changes, with Angus Walford leading some laps early. 1 caution so far, and if you're out there online, give us the like and subscribe, and make sure you give the stream a like as well.
As we got a battle for the race lead, Ethan Winter, that number 39 machine, down to the inside, getting a run on the number 43 new race leader. Ethan Winter using the inside lane to his advantage. Aaron Borg kind of just lets him get on by. He doesn't want to battle too hard, use up those tires as much as he possibly can, as he's going to still run the middle lane now. And Ethan Winter down to the inside. He's not straddling that white line where a lot of people would be, but that's going to allow Brad Newman to get up there. As Brad Newman up from 9th to 3rd, up 6 positions from where he started. He's looking to lead the first couple laps here of tonight's race.
Son, back-to-back champion is in the number 1 truck there for Lobs Esports. Brad Newman does have the points lead so far coming into this week as well, so he'll be looking to build that momentum to come into playoffs time as he goes on the inside here of Aaron Borg to take position number 2, and hopefully can track down Ethan Winter now to take our position to take the lead of the race. But don't rule out Ethan Winter either. He's one hell of a driver, and this is going to be a great battle to happen in the next 2 to 3 laps, and we'll see what's going to happen in probably in the next 10 to 20 laps here, Dylan. We'll see who's used their tyres the most.
Yeah, you can see there, Aaron Borg was going to put up a little bit of a fight with Brad Newman, but he realized the more they're side by side, that's going to allow Ethan to pull away, and that's going to allow Jason Martins, Tyler Williams, Angus Lawford, and Brandon Griffiths, along with Jason Holdsworth, to catch up to them. As a little bit of sideways coming off turns number 1 to 2, maybe possibly 3 wide. No, they're going to be 2 wide. Jason Holdsworth, and it looks like Brandon Fitz. Yeah, Fitz in the number 686 is going to be side by side now, as Jason Holdsworth trying to make his way around these 2 drivers. I'm going to try to get a twofer going down in turns number 3 and 4 as we have a caution onto the racetrack. A lot of dipping and dodging. I'm going to see exactly what happened here, who started it, who got piled in, and see if there's any memorabilia down on the backstretch, see if anybody wants to win it with an autograph, only for $5. Can't be too bad. $5?
No, I can't see anything what's happened here at the moment as far as that incident goes. No, I don't. Not that we can find anything at the moment. So we'll just jam on board with Andy Barber here in the 5 car to see if anything has happened here. And oh, that looks like it's just up the road a little bit there. We can see. Looks like
Kute. I
just
believe it was
up the
Kute
road a little.
Dow, the number 55.
Sweet.
Let's see here, right on board with Kute Dow. No, is it behind him? It's got to be behind him.
Anyway, we'll work that one out later. We've got pit stops happening at the moment. Brad Newman looks and Ethan Winter, they're all coming down pit road. Looks like Ethan Winter won he stayed out.
Oh. I don't know about that strategy call there. I don't know. 29 laps or 25 laps on tires. I mean, obviously, you want to save those tires as best as, or you want to save those sets of tires as best as you want. And I think that's exactly what Ethan Winter's thinking there, Nigel. But 25 laps at Atlanta, that's like, I don't know, equivalent to, what's another track that's really burning up on tires? Darlington is another one. I mean, that's like 30 laps at Darlington. So, I mean,
Darlington reminds me of that too. Gateway is also pretty brutal on tyres. The other one that comes to mind is
Dover.
That's I was getting there, and New Hampshire as well is brutal on tyres. It's Ethan Winter. This is going to be a gamble. This is the gamble. He's probably thinking cautions breed cautions, maybe. We'll soon find out if this strategy is the right one with every car behind him now on fresher tyres.
Yeah, we're never going to see what kind of restart that Ethan Winter can get. Obviously, the drivers behind him from second on back can kind of bring the heat on the restart. Ethan Winter's going to have to be really patient on getting up through the gears and getting on the gas. So, never going to see what Ethan Winter's going to do here. Obviously, if he gets a really good restart, obviously everybody's going to come up to him. And I think that's what Ethan Winter's just going to kind of pull over, let them go. Doesn't want to put old tires against new tires. But it is another good thing to do, especially this early in the race, Nigel. See what your truck can do as get ready to go back to the green restart zone is Ethan Winter. He's going to go wheel spin. He's going to go from the bottom all the way up to the top, and that's going to allow him to go back from first to fourth, just like that, 3 wide, going through the corners. Brad Newman getting a little bit of a bad restart there due to Ethan Winter. Is Brad Newman looking down to the inside? Oh, we got contact in the back.
136.
136, hard to the inside wall. Going to keep it green as he spun off of the racing surface. That time, not so lucky by the number 136. He got the nose of the truck into the corner, but Tyler Williams all over the back bumper of Brad Newman. And look how much, Nigel, he lifts to get off that back bumper going through the corners. And that's what I mean by saving. Trying to run that inside lane as best as he possibly can.
Ethan Winter's back to P7. He's on the way back now with these cars on fresher tyres here. He's going to ride that high lane there and just let everyone get out of the way. Looks like we're going 3 wide there. Jason Martin, Angus Lawford, and Jason Holdsworth as well. It's starting to get pretty hot here at the front as we ride on board here with the Cooch, Brendan Griffiths.
Yeah, if I was on that outside lane and I knew that he was on older tires, I'd be like, oh man, I'm going to lose a little bit more. I'm going to lose a little bit more positions than what I need to do. Is Kute Dow is going to be stuck behind him as Blake Fitz down to the inside. Getting around Ethan Winters is battle for the race lead, Aaron Borg and Brad Newman. Brad Newman trying to lead a lap here tonight and get those extra bonus points for leading a lap here at Atlanta. He's going to get on by Aaron Borg. Smooth sailing for Brad Newman as he's going to take away that inside lane. It's the preferred line around Atlanta Motor Speedway. As a new race leader and new lap leader is going to be Brad Newman in the number 1 machine.
Takes the lead of the race once again on the just going past Aaron Borg. Aaron Borg's been really quick the last couple of weeks in that 43 truck, showing some great momentum coming into the playoffs as well. With Angus Lawford as well, he's also running in the top 5 as well in that 52 truck as well. He's been showing some great speed all week in the officials as well. He's been running very well in them as well, which also helps to bring the form into these types of races. If you do the work beforehand, when you come to these races, it makes life a hell of a lot easier. As we see a battle here between the Cooch, Brendan Griffiths, and Lachlan Pryke.
Yeah, look at that Lachlan Pryke all the way down to the inside, gassed it up just a little bit quicker than the Chooch up on the outside lane. He's going to take that position away. Now he's going to look at maybe possibly making it 3 wide. All the way up to the outside lane is going to be Jason Martin in that beautiful number 21 machine, as he's going to lose a couple more positions on that outside lane. As I believe Jason Martin's Nigel is another newcomer this week. I've not seen that name out here in the racing status, as he's currently sitting P number 7 on the grid here tonight in that beautiful number 21 machine. So making his first start here in the A&E Truck Series.
100% first start for the 21. A regular and a charter driver in the X Series as well. Had some bad luck at the start there, but starting to find his feet in the series now is the 21 car of Jason Martin. The other bigger movers so far tonight, Jared Gilbert, he's in the Project 36 237. He's up 15 positions. We got Brad Wright, who's up 10 positions so far. Tyler Williams in the 6 car for Racecraft Academy. He's up 12 positions as well. Also, we must give a big shout out to our sponsors of the Truck Series, Nitro Racing. Without those guys, these series don't go ahead. So if you're looking for any setups and stuff like that there, or help going into the new season as well, the setups are available and the new season starts next week. Oh, Nick Burling! Whoa!
Bad time to be 3 wide there. Nick Burling just trying to stay out of the way. Blake Fitz getting involved. Heavy right side damage to that number 686 as we go down in turns number, I believe this is 3 and 4. Coming off of the corner, and it's going to be Holdsworth holding on to P number 5. Everybody's going to be back to single file. A little bit of a battle there with Lachlan Pryke and the 36 of Chooch down to the inside, trying to make it happen.
Others just entered the top 10. Dylan is the 41 of Tom Frere. We haven't said that name tonight, but he's still running the throwback paint as well on the 41 Synergy sim racing team. Sorry, I've just swallowed a fly. So he's now into the top 10. He's one truck to be looking out for later on in this run.
Yeah, not gonna lie, still kind of mad at Jordan Jurassic. You know, I made the post in Discord saying Jordan Jurassic had to be in a Jurassic Park themed car for Darlington, and he came out in a Raising Cane's One Love truck. So, I mean, I can't really be too mad at him, because, I mean, it was still good food. But you kind of got to go with the last name, you know, Jordan Jurassic Park. That truck could have been banned right after that race for being too fast, like it was at Charlotte Motor Speedway back in the 90s, as Brad Newman still holding on to the race lead. But Aaron Borg says, no. Well, I'm not letting you pull away like you would at any other place. I'm going to stick on your back bumper and to see exactly how long I can stick back there before either A, Brad Newman's tires falls off, or until mine fall off. I'm going to give him a good run for his money as Blake Fitz still down into pit lane in the number 686, along with Nick Burling in the 016.
Damage on both those cars as well. They'll get them fixed and they should be able to head out there. Maybe a couple of laps down, but they should be alright. As Adam brings the Synergy Energy's new flavour. I know.
As it looks like the number 29 able to get away from Brandon Chooch. Chooch is a little bit loose coming off turns number 3 and 4. That's going to allow the number 29 and Tom Freer get a nice little run up on that outside. As now that we start seeing Tom Freer crack the top 10, he's got 2 race wins already this season. He's knocked himself into the playoffs and is going to be one of those drivers that's going to be a force to be reckoned with all the way in and through each and every race, as he's going to get around to the number 36 quite easily, putting Griffiths back down into P number 10. It's kind of like drag racing, street racing. You got the Outlaws on the top 10, and then everybody else is just kind of inching their way forward, getting back up there and trying to crack that top 10 and see if they can't put something to the number 1 machine of Aaron Newman or Aaron Borg or Williams, Lawford, Bolton. I want to see the drivers that are normally towards the back run up here towards the front and kind of stick it to the man. Be like, hey, you know what? I'm here for a long time. I can make this stuff happen too.
100% as we, is that a bit loose? The 29 truck there, he's of Lachlan Pryke. He was a little bit loose there. Sends it up there as we things are starting to heat up now. We're now 1/3 through this race now on lap 42 of 128. Now, he's loose out of it again. Now, if we look at when we get a chance, we'll chuck those standings up and we'll have a look at the playoff picture. How we look after Darlington heading into this race, because there's only 2 races left before we start the playoffs, so we'll be able to get a bit of a gauge of who. If we look at the standings here at the moment, and around that cutoff line, we've got Trent Laval, Kute Dow, and are close to 10 points behind Jamie Davis and Brendan Griffiths. Now, those top 7 to, I'd say top 6 drivers are probably already safe going into the playoffs. But then you've got these drivers between 7th to 10th, a couple good results, even some good solid top 10s will get them locked in. I think there's only really 2 playoff spots now available between Trent Laval and Kute Dow, which they're only 9 points above the cut line. So drivers like Bradley, Lachlan Pryke there, just outside of it, if they can snag a win tonight and lock themselves into the playoffs, just makes it even harder for anyone else to get in.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be something to pay attention to. You know, like you said, the points are going to come down to it, to that final race. And Ethan Winter, one of the drivers that did not pit on that last pit stop, by the way, he's all the way down to 18th position on the racetrack. So tires really does make a big difference. Ethan Winter ended up getting the race lead, didn't want to look back, wanted to save those tires, fell from 1st to 18th in a span of 20 laps here in just a short little run, and he's still waiting on that dreaded caution that we wanted to have. And I think what he was waiting for was that caution to come out with the number 136 sliding down to the inside, but no caution coming out as Lachlan Frank looking down to the inside of the number 52 of Lawford, trying to make that pass work. As this is just throw a little bit of a blanket over these 3 drivers right here and see who comes out with the position. As right now it's going to be Jason Martin in the number 21 machine having the edge on the number 52 and the number 29, and then right in front of them they got Jason Holdsworth in that nitro powered Toyota Tundra. But still, a lot of good action-packed racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
The last couple of laps and the times between Newman and Aaron Borg at the moment have been pretty much dead on with each other. So as we look at the lap times here of your favourite drivers, you can see what lap times they are doing at the moment. So you got last lap there, 30.010 for Newman, and at Borg was at 33.012. So there is absolutely nothing in those 2 at the moment. As we see on screen at the moment, we've got Kute Dow and Lachlan Pryke here for position in the top 10. But there's just shows for everyone at home what times everyone's doing, and pretty much the top 2 are pretty much locked in.
as everybody trying to do what they need to do. As the top two here, Nigel, have spread out over a 1 second gap. Oh, well, excuse me, 2 second gap over third in the rest of the field. And it's going to be Brad Wright with the clean air, doing what he needs to do, getting all the way up to 175 a mile an hour down the straightaways. A little bit of brakes, and look at him trying to work that wheel, a little bit of sideways motion, running a dirt sprint car on an oval track here, going through the corners, getting all the way down to 152 mile an hour. So whenever I say you guys got to really get off the throttle, let that truck roll the center, get off the corners, this is exactly what's going to happen as Brad Newman makes his way up the racetrack, trying to find as much grip as he possibly can to keep that truck powered towards the front.
100%, and a lot of those drivers that are probably watching at the moment who that are like kind of new to oval racing and don't really start to understand. In the next probably 4 to 5 laps, you're going to see these trucks head to the top. So then to say their tyres a little bit more, as you can see now, they're just starting to make their way up there now. So the first probably 10 to 15 laps, you work down the bottom, and then you make your way up to the top. And once again, these tyres at the front, the clean air as well that Newman and Aaron Borg would have as well over the field as well would help build that gap as well to over 2 seconds now.
Yeah, and that's exactly what's going to end up happening. I mean, you got to find where the grip is, where the speed is. As we have a caution on the speedway, 2 trucks are around. It looks like Tyler Williams and the 21 of Jason Martin. Jason Martin with a heavy front end damage there. Going to try to get that truck down into pit lane if the truck is not blown up. As there's some memorabilia down on the inside for that number 21 machine. So if you guys want some autographed memorabilia from the number 21 machine, head down to pit lane. He's going to have it on the side of his trailer for you for a low payment of $5. You see here. As we see, oh yeah, there it is. Oh,
a big hit.
Big hit. That truck is expired all the way down.
Oh, Dave Douglas, all the coming through there. We got the Project 36 guys, Trent Laval make their way through, but Tyler Williams and Jason Martin, I believe their nights might be done.
Yeah, these 2 drivers' nights might be done here as Trent Williams is trying to side draft just a little bit, just not able to get it done. As congratulations to everybody behind him missing the entire action, as we're going to see Double D come up through the field. He's going to be able to miss it, and pit stops are underway, and this is exactly what Ethan Winter wanted to see. Now he can be back up in the race and in the fight. As
Angus Lawford wins the battle off pit road.
oh, pit stop time 9 minutes. Ooh, it's a long
It's a long
9
pit
minutes.
stop for 9
Come
minutes.
on, Dilbo. Come on, Dilbo. Wake up. It's only 7 o'clock in the morning. You got this. 9-second pit stop for Angus Lawford there. As I believe he might have taken 2 tires there, Nigel. Then he got Brad Newman taking a 14.866 second pit stop. And then you got Jason Holdsworth, the man in the suit. I'm going to start calling Jason the man in black. Jason Holdsworth looks like a man that I feel like Jason Holdsworth belongs with Will Smith, and I don't know who I can't remember the old guy's name. Is in the Men in Black.
Well, as we look at the cars, that Angus Lawford, his pit stop was only 9 seconds. The Cooch, Brendan Griffiths, was only 9 seconds too. So I'm wondering if those Project 36 guys are playing a little bit of strategy here by only taking 2 sets of tyres so they can keep their track position. Oh, and Jaron Gilbert didn't go in at all.
Neither did Brad Wright. So Brad Wright is currently sitting at P number 2, lap number 24. Was the last time that these 2 drivers have pit. We're on lap number 53 of 128. Another lead change here. As this is definitely going to be interesting here. You got Jared Gilbert on the pole. Then you got Brad Wright in P at number 2. So a whole new
Look
front
out.
row. This could
Yeah.
be hot.
Oh, yeah. I just was more worried about the cars behind who have taken fresh tyres.
Yeah,
And if these guys do get a little bit of wheel spin, because you've got the outside line of Newman, Borg, and Tom Freer as well, as we're going to go green flags in the air. We're back. Oh, racing.
Oh,
Oh,
there it is. Caution, the flag is going to be waving once again. No caution. Going to keep it green.
it's still green.
It's what? Oh man. That was. I figured that would have been a caution right then and there, quick. As we're gonna go ahead and take a nice little look at the restart here, and there it is. Tom Freer gets by the hair on his chin. As Jared Gilbert is the one who spins, and look how close he gets to Brad Newman. Brad Newman got lucky. Oh, Trent Lavelle, hard contact. And everybody filing on in behind him as Johnny Cash's song, I hear the train coming. Is, right there. Boom. Boom, bow. Everybody just trying to dip and dodge as much as they possibly can. Some more memorabilia down there in the infield. Oh, there goes. All the way up in the outside. All the way up in the air.
That's made its way to Australia. and right there, folks, is the is why you have to be very careful in restarts on old tyres. As Newman now to a 2.5 second lead over Jason Holdsworth, who is 1.5 seconds back to Dave Douglas. There is 8 seconds now. We're 8 seconds difference between the top 10 now, so the field has spread right out here.
If I was Brad Newman, I'd be having a Code Brown moment there on that restart. I mean, he got extremely lucky to get through all of that mess. Is Double D coming up on the back bumper of Tom Freer as we take another look at this restart here. And what I was going to say, Nige, on this restart, I was like, if I'm in third or fourth, I'm giving these two a little bit of room on that outside. Oh, Brad Newman says, you know what, I'm not waiting. And I think that was the smart move for Brad Newman to not wait. I mean, if he would have waited, Brad Newman would have been caught up into that wreck here, as that gap still climbing, but it's still going to be Double D on that outside. Dave Douglas, Lachlan Frank down to the inside trying to take over that P4 position, as he's going to be able to get it done. Dave Douglas going to move down to P number 5.
100%, and Tom Freer now is back into that top 3 in that 41 truck. But that restart where we just saw there was not much more that you could have done there. It was the guys behind, I think, were fully aware what was going to happen, and what everyone thought was going to happen did happen. And we see the little battle here between the super cheap auto truck in front there of Dave Douglas, and we got Matt Patman right on here, and just behind him at the moment is Ethan Winter. He's starting to catch up as well, back into the top 8 now. He's only 6.3 seconds behind as well. He's got the basketball helmet on there. He's going to go play some b-ball after this here, I'd imagine. NBA season not too far away.
You know, if there's anything I've learned from Matt Patton, if he ever says I'm going to send you 500, make sure you say US dollars, because he sent me 500 before. He sent me 500 pesos, which equivalents out to $8.69 US dollars. I was like, oh, heck yeah, he gave me 500, and I looked, I was like, because the notification came up on my phone, I said, Matt, you did not need to send me 500. And then I looked. He goes, well, you didn't specify. I was like, no. We're not doing pesos over here. What am I supposed to do with pesos in America? As Norman up to the outside wall, getting out of the way of these drivers. As Tom Freer looking to make it 3 wide. Back down to 2 wide. Tom Freer looking to the inside of Jason Holdsworth. He's going to be able to get that position taken away from Jason Holdsworth. And then you got Lachlan Frank. Lachlan Frank trying to make his way past the number 8 machine. And then right behind Lachlan Frank, you got Lachlan Pryke. So Lachlan on Lachlan crime going on is going to be a Lachlan sandwich here within a half a lap or so for Jason Holdsworth. So we'll have Lachlan in front and Lachlan behind. There it is. Lachlan sandwich. Both Lachlans trying to make their way up to the top 3.
100%. We just hit the halfway mark of this race as well, with Newman now to a 4.3 second lead. That clean air is starting to play. Oh, just into the back bumper there of Jason Holdsworth there. Lachlan Pryke there. He's currently in the top 5. He did start in 7th, so he is up 2 positions tonight. The ones to watch out for now is Matt Patton. He's up 19 positions. Tom Freer's up 15. Lachlan Frank, he's up 16 positions as well. You've got also Riley Curtis, he's up 18 positions. Angus Lawford, he's down 20. Unfortunately, he had that black flag that at the restart there just before, so he is now down. Still on the lead lap, I believe. No, he is now 1 lap down. He's now in the 22nd position. But yeah, this race is just going to start to heat up. I wouldn't say that Newman's got this in the bag just yet. We could have another yellow, and this race completely neutralises. And the other thing we also have to remember too, there, Dylan, is that Ethan has a spare set of tyres in the rest of the field.
Yeah, Ethan does have a spare set of tires over the rest of the field, not taking those tires earlier in the race. He's going to move himself up to P at number 7, making his way around Matt Patton, as now he's getting on the back bumper of Jason Holdsworth. And Jason Holdsworth, a little bit of right rear damage on that number 8 machine, possibly from the restart, where everybody kind of got jumbled up there, trying to dip and dodge the wreck on the front stretch, as Ethan Winter going to make quick work of Jason Holdsworth. He's going to move himself up to P number 6.
And the other one to look out for, Jamie Davis in the 92. He's now back into the top 10 as well. He dropped outside into the top 15, made some changes to that truck. Now he's now back into the top 10 as well. So look out for the 92 truck as well coming in.
Another thing to notice now that he's had that ever since the restart here, Nige, the number 1 of Brad Newman has opened his lead to 5.5 seconds almost on the rest of the field. Granted, he got out of there cleanly, and that works out for him as of right now. And it's playing dividends for Brad Newman. But if I'm up this far, 5-second gap to P number 2, I'd be running kind of long race, longevity, pace laps in my own sense. I wouldn't be trying to push the truck as hard as I possibly can. I mean, you still got over half the race left to go. Yeah, I'd be wanting to save some tire and just kind of be like John Gerard with my cup of macchiato, sitting in the truck, you know, waiting for Ricky Bobby to come up and try to take the lead away from me. But, you know, just kind of be up there driving Miss Daisy as Ethan Winter, really having to play with that steering wheel all the way through turn number 1 and 2. Battling a little bit of looseness out of that number 39.
And the good thing you got to start remember too is if Newman is doing his laps at times are 2/10 quicker than the rest of the field, but we also got to remember there is still one more pit stop to go, so these guys cannot make it to the end. So his thinking probably is that he might as well just go as hard as he can, so just in case there is that pit stop, a 5-second gap if this does stay green, with green flag pit stops, is a lot.
Well, like we've seen last week at Darlington Motor Speedway, Jason Jurassic had the game-winning strategy with the pit road allegations going on until that caution came out. As Burling hard to the outside wall, that's going to bring out a caution, as he's going to let it roll down the racetrack, get out of everybody's way, just keep it nice and solid, throw it in reverse, Terry, get it off the racing surface, turn it on around. And that is a caution that everybody else wanted to see, but not what Brad Newman wanted to see.
All of that work's just done as we... Oh. It's just straight across the grass. Trying his best to save it, but unfortunately into the wall.
Yeah, he was able to get it off the racing surface after the caution did come out, and that is one thing that you really have to watch out for, especially at Atlanta, is how loose it can get with all the bumps that Atlanta has. I mean, obviously, being up here in the broadcast booth, Nigel, we don't get to see all the bumps that these drivers have to go over and what really they have to do with throttle management and on the braking and the turning radius. I mean, yeah, we can see the steering wheel and everything like that, but it's definitely 100 times different than being up here in the broadcast booth. Nigel, is I know you're a little bit of a racer yourself. You'd be down there on the truck sometimes, and especially with Atlanta, with how bumpy it is, how it used to be. Excuse me. Getting on the throttle at the wrong point of time can really upset that race truck.
100%. You got to look out for those little bumps, the little things that you do look out for as Brad Newman does stay out. The whole field looks like they're going to stay. No, some cars are going to stay out. Going Lachlan Frank, Ethan Winters in, Holdsworth's in, Lachlan Pryke's in, Lachlan Mercutio, Jamie Davis, Kute Dow, Aaron Borg, Ryan Barber's in, Tim Blundell, Chris Bleakley, Andy Barber, Brian Blundell, Matt Raymond are all down pit road. They still have to. They still can't make it to the end, so we'll just we'll see how we go here. Is the fight off pit road.
Yeah, we see there everybody just trying to do exactly what they need to do. Get some, have a little bit of issues there, trying to get as much fuel packed into that truck as they possibly can. So the last little bit of a pit stop is kind of a nice little easy, as there's still some trucks in the pit lane trying to get their truck serviced. You got a nice little good look at Jordan Martin with no hood on that number 21 machine, as his night could possibly be done after that heavy contact with Tyler Williams earlier in the race. Sent him to the outside wall. Is going to be Brad Newman and Tom Freer on the front row with older tires. And then right behind them is going to be Double D, Dave Douglas, sitting P number 3 in the number 10 machine.
Also look out for Phil Lotto as well. He's in the 310 truck as well, as we see Riley Curtis come down pit road once again. Probably going to put that little bit more fuel in. I don't think they can make it to the end still, Dylan. There is still 51 laps to go, so just think. I don't think they quite can make it. I think they're going to be about 5 to 10 laps short.
I think Harry Hogg down there for Riley Curtis down there eating ice cream. So I don't think any of the crew members want to do any service to that number 93 machine. Jason Holdsworth back down in the pit lane. Looks like he's got the rear end of that truck fixed all the way in and through. They're down getting some more service done as they're sipping on their macchiatos in pit lane. There's a little bit of a fuel fill for the number 8 machine. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the back of the field as Nitro Setups, proud sponsor of the A&E Truck Series Nitro Racing. Get your Cup, Xfinity, and truck setups on the website of nitroracing.com, or you can join the Discord, discord.gg/Nitro Racing, as they have beautiful setups week in and week out. As Pace Cup down in the pit lane, a Geico restart zone, and this time by Brad Newman. Little bit of a bobble on the restart. A couple more bobbles towards the back of the pack. Everybody's going to be able to keep it straight and narrow. Better restart than the last one, as everybody's getting up through the gears, up to speed, but it's still going to be Brad Newman with the race lead, as we are 3 wide towards the back of the pack. And just look at them, Nigel, all fading out, trying to find their spot where they want to be. It's not about where you want to be, it's about how you want to be in the position that you're in. And everybody's still trying to figure it out, jockeying for position. But top 5, single file.
And also keep in mind too that Lachlan Frank is the first car on that did pit. He didn't take tyres. Ethan Winter is the first car that didn't take tyres. So he's now into 4th position. Let's see how far if he can push this now and get past these trucks up in front with the older tyres. We'll soon see with lap times very shortly. Once they've crossed the line, we'll be able to give you an indication of the lap times between Ethan Winter on new tyres and Tom Freer and Newman in 1st and 2nd. As they cross the line now, we'll see the times. So Ethan Winter, he was 5/10 quicker last lap alone. So he is flying through the field.
Yeah, absolutely flying through the field. I mean, coming off the backstretch, he pulled at least 3 cars on the number 10 machine, or the number 10 machine of Dave Douglas. Is going to be able to get that pass made. And bye-bye, see you later. Ethan Winter, just in one corner, has put on about 6 to 7 truck lengths on Brad Newman with a lap time of 31.1. So a whole second faster, pretty much, than our second place of Brad Newman. And here comes Dave Douglas down to the inside of Tom Freer. He's going to take over that third position. Looking to take more down to the inside of Brad Newman. Brad's going to pinch just a little bit, trying to pinch him down to the inside, but that's not, or Lachlan, or I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last name. I'll butcher it. I'll leave that up to you, Mr. Nigel, as Lachlan makes his way up to P number 2 in that number 42 machine.
And this is the strategy that will start to play out now too. So a lot of these guys will only have, I don't think they've got a set of tyres left. Some of these guys now, I think they use their last set just before, and a few of these guys do have a set up their sleeve. So a lot of trucks, I know Ethan does have a spare set. He is the only driver I know that would have a spare set. I think some of the other guys have pitted on, have now got taken to use all 3 sets. I could be wrong. We'll find out soon enough. If any crew chiefs are in the chat out there, let us know for the broadcast. Would be great. But Lachlan Frank here at the moment, he's in P number 8 at the moment. He's up 11 positions. He started in 19th tonight, just battling it out there with Dave Douglas in the A1 10 truck tonight. I think he's lighted the wrong paint in that truck. That's a new paint for him in the Super Cheap Autos one. So we'll keep an eye on him later on tonight as Riley Curtis designs on that there. So I think Riley Curtis designed that one. There's been a little battle here at the moment between Newman, Freer, and Tim Blundell as well.
You know, look at here, Tim Blundell currently sitting P number 6 from the start of this race was P number 21. He's looking down on the inside of Tom Freer and Brad Newman. And this is what I like to see. The drivers that you don't really get to see up towards the front a lot are up towards the front, sticking it to the man, Blundell, going for a twofer, going through turns number 3 and 4. He's going to be able to get the job done. He's going to move himself from 6th to 4th in one set of corners. Tim Blundell has cracked the top 5 as top, I don't know, 8 have gotten themselves away from the rest of the pack. See a little bit of side-by-side racing for 9th and 10th as Blundell trying to work his way up towards the front. Tom Freer looking down on the inside of Brad Newman as these two are going to be on the same set of tires. Here is Tom Freer started back in 17th. He's made his way up to P at number 6. So definitely not a good qualifying effort for the number 41 machine of Tom Freer, but being up there towards the front where when it matters is definitely where you want to be, as Dave Douglas using that outside lane to his advantage. 42, Lachlan. And then you got Jamie Davis in P number 3, just trying to track down the number 39 of Ethan Winter.
100% both. All top 4 cars now did take tyres on the last stop. So Jamie Davis having a good run as well for Project 36, and currently he's up 8 positions. He's up into the top 3 now, showing some good times as well. Ethan Winter's last lap time was a 31.48. He was 1/10 quicker than Lachlan and Cuscio. He's in second with a 31.58. Jamie Davis a 31.53, and Tim Blundell a 31.7. Now, one to keep an eye out for is the 32.5 of Brad Newman, 32.5 of Tom Freer, and Dave Douglas into 32 as well last lap as well. So the times of those guys are starting to come back onto where these guys on old tyres were. So this could be another strategy play as well, that they're going to lose a little bit of time here. Freer, Newman, Douglas, or anyone that didn't take tyres, and all of a sudden then later in the run they get that track position back.
Yeah, everybody just trying to conserve a little bit of tires if they have them. As of right now, still one more pit stop to go in tonight's race. 85 laps out of 128 are complete. And if I'm somebody with that extra set of tires, how hard do I want to push it? I want to kind of be like Ethan Winter, where I know I have an extra set. Just kind of push it as hard as I possibly can, see exactly what happens. I mean, he's got a 1.5 second lead over Lachlan I'm gonna try to do this. Urcugio is he's got the nice little gap over second place. You can see there a little bit of cloud cover in turns number 3 and 4. It got a little bit darker off of turns number 3 and 4. That provided a little bit of looseness for the number 10 machine of Dave Douglas. Is the number 36 Chooch looking on the inside. He's going to take that position. Now he's going to look to take around the Tom Freer. 2 Project 36 cars down to the inside, and then you got another Project 36 car up towards the front. It's going to be Jamie Davis in the number 92 machine, and here comes the number 36 trying to get around the number 1 machine of Brad Newman. Brad Newman keeping it up on that high side, high, wide, handsome. Chooch is 1 lap down. I thought Chooch was on the lead lap. Oh, see, this is...
He's on the move. He's on the march.
Yeah, he's just trying to be up there, be what he needs to be. Trying to get that lap back to Bill Elliott. What?
41.
Freer. Man, oh man. Definitely
Have
not
you look
what
at the lap
1 and a half happened.
No, as the lap times now looking now too. So like Brad Newman and those guys there that didn't pit, they're now doing 32.7s and 32.8s. So and then Ethan Winter, he's now into the 32s as well. Last lap was a 32.15. So the gap of the lap times is starting to fall back down. So if there is a caution that comes out right now, that unfortunately taking those tyres at the last stop may not have won the effect, but if this stays green, for an example, Ethan Winter is in his best position yet to take home victory.
Yeah, definitely. If this does stay green, it can be really good for Ethan Winter. He's got those extra set of tires. It can be beneficial to a lot of drivers that have an extra set of tires. We may never know. Brad Newman might have an extra set. He just wants to save them for that last pit stop that they have to make. But if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to the Australian eNASCAR series on YouTube. Like us on Facebook and Kick as we bring you live coverage of racing every single week, every other Sunday, every Tuesday, and every Thursday. Catch myself and Wes in the booth every other Thursday or every other Sunday, and then you catch myself and Nigel in the booth on Thursday nights, and Wes and Nigel in the booth on Tuesday nights. As everybody out here giving it one hell of a show here at the 2008 Atlanta Motor Speedway.
And also, ANC is back on Sunday night as well. That's one to look forward to. Then we also head to Bristol Motor Speedway for the X Series on Tuesday night for this regular season finale in the X Series, which is always hotly contested and one of the more popular series that the Australian NASCAR E-Series does have. And but look out, we're in round 1 of the playoffs, and actually the final race of round 1 of the playoffs in the ANC, Australian NASCAR Championships with Motorsports Australia. So, Tom Freer, he's into the fence there. Check your local guides for times around the world if you want to watch that one.
Yeah, definitely going to be something to watch. As Tom Freer into the wall once again. Not having a good run this time go around. Definitely wants to keep it out of the wall. But if he does get to the wall, then it kind of happens. As that wall kind of sneaks up on you, Nigel. I know it's only white. But when you're really focused on the racetrack and the cars in front of you, you kind of lose track of that wall on that outside. I know I kind of look at it too. And I've been known to hit a wall down as Chooch behind Lachlan Jamie Davis getting a little bit loose behind Lachlan Urcugio, but not losing any time on the number 42 is Ethan Winter getting dangerously close off coming to that wall off of turn number 3 and 4.
Well, it's fun. I have trouble with the wall if my truck is very, very tight. If I'm loose, I'm usually not too bad. I can stay off the wall, but if my truck's really tight, I really struggle.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a catch-22 with me. I mean, if I'm not really paying attention to the wall, for me, the times that I get in the wall is on entry. Like, I'm trying to do exactly what the car in front of me is doing, and I try to turn in whenever he turns in, and I just end up slapping the outside wall and ends up making me mad because, nobody ever really wants to hit the wall and get some damage. But Matt Raymond, looking out of the inside of that TWRS number 83 machine, going to get on around. Looks like Matt Patton up here in P number 10 is Matt Patton for the first time here tonight has fallen out of the top 10. We're going to try to rebuttal, get down to the inside.
Matt Patton was in the car that did pit on lap 71. Oh no, sorry, he didn't. Sorry, he last pitted on lap 51. So he is part of the cars that didn't pit, which was it's Brad Newman, Tom Freer, Dave Douglas. Matt Patton didn't pit. Also, too, Phil Otto didn't pit as well. He was the top 5 earlier. Phil Otto was as well. And the other car that did not pit as well was he's down pit road now. Speaking of pit road, here they starting to come to pit road.
Yeah, and I'll just get ready to ask the question. With it being lap number 97, you're going to have 20 laps to go fairly quickly. Pit road is now open. Obviously you can make it where you're sitting at now. When do you want to go down and take that chance going down into pit lane? I mean, getting off. This track, Nige, has progressive banking. Getting from the racetrack down to the inside lane before pit road, you really got to watch your braking. You got to watch your steering wheel input. You got to watch everything, as you can really lose it going down into pit lane. As 016 of Burling getting past the second place driver, or the 5th place driver of Brad Aduba, trying to get his laps back the hard way.
I think they'll be down in the next 5 to 10 laps, Dylan. I would say that they would come down sooner rather than later, especially if they do still have a set of tyres left that's up their sleeve that can be used in a green white checker situation. So if these guys here, I think they'll be down in the next I think they'll be down before 105.
Yeah, I think they might be waiting for a caution as well, because the way that I'm looking at everybody racing right now, they really have to use their spidey senses to keep that truck extremely straight than what it is now. And obviously, with it being Atlanta, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. You can tell by everybody running right now, they're running that outside lane, trying to find the grip where they can find it. If they've been saving their tire just a little bit better than anybody else around them, they can run that inside line, use that Harvick line, all that they want. But if they haven't, they got to run that top line. As we look on board with Andy Barber, who's going to run the middle to top. Jason Holdsworth right in front of him, using that inside lane to his advantage. And then you got Trent Lavelle coming up trying to get his laps back in that number 67 machine.
100%. And as we look at this is at the moment, Ethan Winters only doing a 1/10 quicker last lap than what the guys who haven't pitted yet. So that advantage has eroded, as we see cars now starting to come to pit road now. Looks like the 5 car of Andy Barber and Phil Otto's coming down pit road now as well. So the pit stops have started. Ryan Barber looks like he's... Lachlan Yacuccio's down as well in the top 2. He's now coming down pit road.
Now, if I was Ethan Winter, how long would I want to stay out? Obviously I had a little bit of a gap, a little bit of a buffer between myself and second place, but with any 1.5 miles or any short track or any oval in particular, the longer you stay out, the more time you'll end up losing. I think if I was Ethan Winter, I know that Lachlan Yacuccio has a fast little hot rod underneath his belt. I'd want to hurry up and get down in there. Yeah, Ethan Winter's going to come down into pit lane, and this is what I was talking about, a little bit of a lockup. Not going to cross over into the grass. That could have been a major penalty for the number 39 machine, but this is exactly what he wanted to see, is Jamie Davis going to take over the race lead. He's going to lead that lap. As, with it being an oval, 1.5 miles, you want to get in and out of pit road before that driver that undercut you gets out and gets up to full speed. As I believe Jamie Davis taking the high road, high, wide, and handsome. Going to move it down to the middle. He's going to stay out one more lap. 26 laps to go here, Nigel, and this is going to be a banger of a last couple laps as Ethan Winter back out on the racetrack here, and if I was Jamie Davis, I'd be going in this time by. He doesn't want to have Ethan Winter up to speed by the time he comes back all the way around.
Oh, 100%. He's currently leading his first laps in the series as well, the 92 car of Jamie Davis as well for the Project 36. I'd be coming down pit road very shortly. And it looks like Brad Newman's now going to be hitting pit road as well. So this is going to be a... he's starting to play the strategy as well. Tim Blundell's down as well. So this is the strategy starting to play out. Who else is coming down pit road? Oh! Dave Douglas is down as well. Oh.
You want to talk about slipping it sideways? That's going to be the number one of Brad Newman getting everything out of that pit road entry. He did everything he possibly could to try to make up as much time into that pit road, and that's exactly what he did. As Ethan Winter up on the back bumper of Jamie Davis. Jamie Davis probably going to run the outside lane and let Ethan Winter take the inside. Yes, he does. And now Ethan Winter back on that lead lap, and we got another little battle here. Looks like Lachlan Frank on that outside. Is that Frank? Matt Raymond down on the inside, and then Lachlan Frank on that outside. There's too many Lachlans. Can't keep them straight as the number 17 machine LFR on the outside, trying to keep Matt Raymond behind him. He's got a little bit of a run coming off turns number 1 and 2.
And this is where the, if there was going to be Lachlan Frank is now hitting pit road as well. This is where cautions can come out. You've got cars that are going in the 33s, and we've got other cars that are now in the 31s. So it's a good time now that if there is going to be a caution with the faster and slower cars, that now is the time that it will happen. And you do not want to be caught out there with the old tyres, especially with the strategy starting to play out now with only 22 to go.
He's still not. Maybe he knows a little bit something more than we know. I mean, Jamie Davis was sitting back there towards the back of the top 5. He could have been saving a little bit of fuel. Obviously, I don't know how much you could possibly save here at Atlanta. There's a little bit of looseness for the number 92 machine. He's down to the inside. He's giving the body language like he's going to pit this time. He's going to keep it in the middle. So, no, not going to go down in the pit lane this time by. As looking at it now, Ethan Winter sitting at P in number 3 seconds. So you got Ethan Winter and the only driver in the 32nd lap time, and then you got Jamie Davis, Nigel, with a 33.147. So every single lap is going to be majorly different as Ethan Winter makes his way around in trying to get back up there towards the front.
Well, I think the 92 truck will have to come in the next 2 to 3 laps. I think the 83 truck will as well. And also the 43 and the 8 trucks as well. Aaron Borg, Jason Holdsworth, those guys will be hitting pit road very, very, very shortly. I would imagine with only 19 laps to go, I don't think they can stay out for much longer at the moment, especially the different... They are trying to get praying for the caution to come out, and they'll be all set right to go, but they are just playing the strategy at the moment. And as the field does spread out there, Dylan, I just don't see it happening at this stage.
Yeah, I don't see a caution coming out either. I mean, everybody's pretty much spread out the way that they want to be spread out. Everybody's giving each other room. They know who's on fresher tires. They know who's not on fresher tires. We got a track map up there for everybody at home watching, seeing how filled this racetrack is as of right now. As looking on board with Jason Holdsworth, looking down to the inside of Aaron Borg for P number 3. As Jason takes over, the man in black takes over P number 3. He's going to try to set his sights on Matt Raymond, as Jamie Davis still out there on those same set of tires, coming down to 17 laps to go.
Matty Raymond's now down pit road. Now he's out of position number 2. He was close to 2.5 seconds slower than the first car on the older tyres, as Jamie Davis as well. He's now starting to come down pit road. He went down pit road a long way out. A long, long way, unless he was thinking he was at the new Atlanta. So he's now hit pit road. So Ethan Winter will be back into the lead of this race now. It'll be interesting to see what happens here in the next 4 or 5 laps.
Yeah, 16 laps to go. It looks like Ethan Winter trying to get around Tom Freer, not on the lead lap, as that's going to move Jason Holdsworth up to P number 2. Might as well call him My Name is Sue. Oh. Holdsworth still had, pit lane on lap number 72. So pit stop going to happen for Jason Holdsworth as well. Inboard. So come back up is going to be Lachlan Urcugio is going to be in P number 2 by the time everything is said and done. So a lot of difference here tonight with everybody's different strategies throughout the entire race here, Nigel.
100%. And last lap alone, Ethan Winter, Brad Newman was the quickest car out there on track with a 31.42. So he was 3/10 quicker than Ethan Winter last lap. So that little battle there isn't over by a long ways. We can see a battle here between Lachlan Urcugio and Aaron Borg here for position number 3s and 4. The 43 truck of Aaron Borg still hasn't pitted yet. He pitted last on lap 71 with 14 to go.
Yeah, 14 laps to go. Lachlan trying to make easy work of the number 43. Now he's going to set his sights on the number 8 machine of Jason Holdsworth. Lachlan down to the inside. Jason keeping it up high. Go ahead, let him go. Doesn't want to be side by side for very long, but it's going to be Ethan Winter with the race lead. Jason Holdsworth back down to P at number 3. And you can see it there. Aaron Borg and Jason Holdsworth running that outside lane. Then you got Lachlan Urcugio down to the inside and up 20 positions for Lachlan. Started P number 22 up to P number 2. And then you got Aaron Borg currently 4th, sitting 4th. 5th is going to be Chris Bleakley. Started 25th, up 20 positions in 5th.
These guys are trying to get to the end now. If they can get that caution, I think they're going to be well set for the good finish. But at the moment, Brad Newman, he's currently in 6th, started 9th, and 9th is Kane also too. Currently in 2nd is Lachlan Urcugio. Currently 2nd, started P22. Tonight, the other big movers up the field tonight. Chris Bleakley, like I was saying before, he's up 20. He has not pitted yet, though. That'll be something to look out for. Tim Blundell and Ryan Blundell, they're both up 13 and 14 positions. Dave Douglas is up. He's up 13 positions in the top 10 as well. Can they stretch this to the end? That's going to be what everyone's thinking at the moment. No, don't think they can stretch it. I think they're going to have to come in the next 4 or 5 laps. If they can make it to the end, that's what they call fuel saving.
Yeah, you see there, Lachlan Frank getting to the inside of Ethan Winter. Ethan Winter is going to go ahead and let him go on by. The boy named Sue, Jason Holdsworth, trying to hold on to that 3rd position here momentarily. 10 laps to go here at the 2008 Atlanta Motor Speedway. Can they make it, or are we going to see these drivers go down to the pit lane with about, 8 to 7 laps to go? Or are they going to try to stretch it as far as they possibly can, as Jason Holdsworth currently occupying the last podium spot here tonight?
That's the problem at the moment. It's those guys that have not pitted yet. How long can they last? If they can make it to the end, that's what you call fuel saving at its best. But at this stage, I don't think they can make it to the end. We're in for an exciting finish to this race.
Jamie Davis currently sitting P number 9. Leader lap time was a 32, but his last lap was a 31.354. So a little bit over a second. Then a little bit over a second faster than the race leader, but Jamie Davis hanging it high, wide, and handsome, getting everything out of that number 92 machine that he possibly can. Is Brad Newman down to the inside. He's going to go ahead and take that track position away from that number 22 machine. I believe it was not four position. It was four positions. So Blakely going to drop on back to P number 6 and move Brad Newman up to P number 5.
We got 8 laps to go. So, this is going to be interesting to see. We look at those lap times at the moment. 32.824 for Ethan Winter, 32.587 for Lachlan. Then we go back 9/10 back. 1 second back is Holdsworth with a 33.3. Borg with a 33.3, but Newman is doing at the moment at 32.5, so he's 8/10 quicker than the guys in front. But traffic's there, traffic ahead too.
Yeah, they got traffic everywhere on this racetrack as Brad Newman trying to find his way around as Aaron Borg still running that way outside lane. And there you see the number 1 machine of Newman coming through the field fairly quickly, trying to make his way back up to that podium position as Aaron Borg side by side. He's losing a lot of time. Look at the time that Brad Newman in the field is catching up. Where does Brad go? Oh, he's got him. Oh, able to keep it straight. And look at that, 2 for 1 going into the final couple laps. Borg is in this time by, so definitely something different here tonight.
He's on the charge there, 5 laps to go here. How many more laps can these guys stay out there for Holdsworth as well? Let's see how far they can go.
Yeah, definitely want to see what all these drivers can do. As Jason Holdsworth still sitting P number 3. He's got 4 laps to do it. Can he keep the 3rd position away from Brad Newman? He's still running that outside lane. He's got a couple of lap tracks behind him. As so far so good for a lot of these drivers. Newman's trying to give it the beans, give it everything he's got. Trying to get up to P number 3, but I don't know. Nigel, kind of hard to tell if Newman can get it. I think if Newman can get up there, he'll definitely make the pass, and Jason won't hold him off. As 3 laps to go here at the 2008 Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Well, I think Jason Holdsworth has run out of fuel. I think he's run out of fuel. Look, he's down on that inside. He's struggling there. Look, yep, he's short shifted. Newman goes through now. He's into the top 3. Jamie Davis now is back into that top 5 as well. So he moves up into 4th at the moment. I don't think he can catch the other 2 though. The other 2 now have got a 9-second lead. Unless something drastic happens, Ethan Winter should hold on here with 2 laps to go.
Yeah,
unless we get a caution.
2 laps to go with this race, and Holdsworth tried everything. He threw the whole kitchen sink at that truck trying to save enough fuel. Just 2 laps short on the fuel gauge, but it's going to be all Ethan Winter. Nigel, this race is official. No green-white checkers needed here tonight at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Ethan Winter for the final time through turns number 1 and 2. He's halfway home to pay dirt in the A&E Truck Series here at Atlanta. He's got a nice little lead over 4 seconds to P number 2, Lachlan Urcugio, for the final time through turns number 3 and 4. Ethan Winter is going to be a winner at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Ethan getting it done, leading 48 laps out of 128. Second is going to be Lachlan Urcugio. Nice little Tokyo drift down into turn number 1 and 2. Yeah, cue up the music there, Ethan. You got it done. And Brad Newman, all the way from downtown, finishing out our top 3. Jamie Davis, hell of a run to finish P number 4. Dave Douglas in 5th. Tim Blundell in 6th. Matt Raymond in 7th. Kute Dow in 8th. Ryan Barber in 9th. And then Tom Freer is going to round out our top 10 here tonight.
Good win there for the 39 truck of Ethan Winter for Vortex Sim Sports. Was all the strategy on pit road was the difference tonight, I think. Great win by him there. Looked like he wasn't gonna. If that have enough to get the win, but great win there by the 39 truck.
Yeah, he had the winning move of the race, not taking those tires that early in the race there, having that extra set of tires to fall back on through the end of the race. We thought maybe we would have another caution. Could have been a caution with Brad Newman getting in the back of, I can't remember who it was, but able to keep it straight. But it's going to be Ethan Winter doing the Kyle Larson style burnout across the start-finish line and through the tri-oval. As we let him do his burnout, it's going to go ahead and move down our finishing results here. It's going to be Ethan Winter for Vortex Sim Sports in P number 1. Lachlan Urcugio in 2nd. It's going to be Brad Newman rounding out your top 3. Jamie Davis in 4th. Dave Douglas in 5th. Tim Blundell in 6th. Matt Raymond in 7th. Kute Dow in 8th. Ryan Barber in 9th. And rounding out your top 10 is going to be Tom Freer. 11th is going to be Brian Blundell. 12th, Aaron Borg. 13th is going to be Phil Otto. 14th, Lachlan Pryke. 15th, Lachlan Frank. 16th is going to be Chris Bleakley. 17th is going to be the man in black, the boy named Sue, Jason Holdsworth. And running out your top 18 is going to be Riley Curtis.
Andy Barber is in P19 for Southern Stars Esports. These cars are 2 laps down with Angus Lawford as well. He rounds out your top 22 laps down. 3 laps down was Trent Laval in the Australian-wide racing 67 truck with Marty Mitchell. In 22nd is the Limit Basher Racing. Kelvin Clark for 1-9 in the 777 finished 23rd. Zach Blundell finished in 26th with Brendan Griffiths in the 36 truck, finishes in 25th. David Lawler, his teammate from Project 36, finished 8 laps down in 26th. 27th was Aaron Dorman there for Australian Wide Racing. Then we got Matt Pat, Brad Wright, Nick Burling, Jared Gilbert, Tyler Williams, Jason Martin, and Blake Fitz rounds out your top 34 trucks here tonight.
And then you got Harry Taylor in P number 35. Did not record a lap here tonight. As we're going to go ahead and give you guys a quick little commercial break, get our voices back in order, get everybody up here in the broadcast booth, and we'll be right back after these quick commercial break here with the A&E Truck Series.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back to the A&E Truck Series Season number 2 here at Atlanta. I'm going to start with the post-race interview. This is going to be the race winner of the number 39, Ethan Winter. Ethan, congratulations on a race win here tonight in the number 39 machine. You played the strategy just the way that you needed to do. You didn't take the tires there earlier in the race, and then one of the restarts kind of jumbled everybody up. No caution. But it was you, good sir, that came away with a race win, taking the tires when you needed them the most. How are you feeling after that 128-lap race here at Atlanta?
Yeah, thank you. I thought I'd take a swing at racing trucks this week with ODC being off this week. So honestly, had no laps heading into it before qualifying in. I was even quite concerned, honestly, with my qualifying speed before I made it into the session, obviously. But once I figured out a few different lines that I think running off that seam was pretty good. But honestly, that tire strategy, although I didn't execute it perfectly, I definitely won me the race.
Did you have any tyres left if there was a late green-white checker?
No, I kind of played all my cards there. I was honestly probably 15 laps to go. I was backing it down, trying to drive it as straight as possible, save as much just in case another caution did come out. Saving fuel as well, just so I had enough just in case, because it can always happen. But fortunately, it didn't happen, and I got away with the win tonight.
All right. Well, Ethan, I know it's going to be a nice little run for you, but obviously taking your attention away from the Xfinity Series to come over here to the Truck Series. Glad to have you in here in the trucks, getting your win debut here at Atlanta. If there's anybody in that number 39 machine like to give a shout out to, the floor is yours.
Thanks to Australian NASCAR E Series, Nigel and Jason, and obviously the broadcasters that do their thing. I just want to thank Thomas for putting this whole Vortex deal together. Maddington Toyota and Cannyvale Toyota, Graham Electrical and Data, Soul Deep Massage Clinic, KZS Auto Works, Pace Graphics, Style Imagery, Casey Simon Cinematography, and obviously Team 20 for giving me a quick set there to get it done in my first truck race, I believe, this year.
All right, Ethan. Well, congratulations on the race win here tonight, and hopefully we'll be able to see you throughout the rest of the season.
Thank you.
We're going to go ahead and move on to our second place finisher. That's going to be Lachlan Urcugio in the number 42 machine. Lachlan, your first race here tonight in the Truck Series, making your debut. Can't be too mad about it. A P number 2 here tonight. You dodged all the bullets with the racing incidents happening all the way around you. What more did you need to try to catch that number 39 machine to get your first win?
First win this season would have been nice, but no, look, I think I had a pretty quick car. It was just a driver thing. I kept knocking the tire off it, so it just the TWRS sets have been really good this week, but I haven't been on it. I've been a bit rough on the tire. I kept knocking the right front off it, and while the other boys were all driving it pretty clean. So, no, props to Ethan. He had a lot more speed tonight. He outdid me, but yeah, it was a bit. We just got a bit fortunate that we played our cards well, and we ended up on the right strategy there at the end.
And the same question I had for Ethan was going to be the same for you. Lockie, was you the same? No tires left. You played your cards early on just in case these did go green.
Yeah, I was out of tires. It was kind of funny because we've obviously watching the series and having run previously last season and a few seasons ago. This series is pretty good, but you do get quite a few sort of late yellows often. So I was thinking early on in the race to try and save tyres. And then when we were sort of getting 40, 50 lap runs in, I thought, well, hang on a second. We might get a bit of green flag running here. So being that I'm not in any kind of championship battle, I threw the last set of tyres at it in that last yellow to try and see what I could come away with. And yeah, it fell in my lap a little bit there for sure.
Yeah, definitely ended up falling in your lap the way that you needed it to go. Obviously, not in the points battle, but a still strong start to it with a nice little P2 on the start of the season. But, Lachlan, if there's anybody on that TWRS number 42 Chevy Silverado that you want to give a shout out to, the floor is yours.
Oh, well, big one would be TWRS. I want to thank those guys so much for bringing us on board this year. It's been so much fun working with them, and they've rolled out some pretty good heaters this season. So it's been really fun driving those and getting a good run in that group. Obviously the team, Matty Ray is out there tonight, but the whole SRM team, Ruben, Brenton, all the boys, they're a great bunch of blokes to run with, and I really love that group. And then that's the sponsors on the car. We got Cut 6 Sticker Co helping us out this year. We got Scotcha Fuels. Moondog, who's been with us for quite some time, obviously, and then there's a couple of charities on the car. We've got TS Australia and the Australian Alopecia Foundation. A big shout out to those guys as well.
All right, Lachlan, it was great talking to you. Congratulations on the P2 here tonight. Go get some rest. Enjoy the rest of your night here tonight, and we'll be seeing you hopefully again next Thursday night.
That's the plan.
All right, let's go to do it for our second place finisher. To go to move to our third place finisher, that's going to be Bad Brad Newman for Lobs Esports, the number 1 machine. Brad, we thought you had it in the bag coming up to the last couple laps. Luckily for you, Jason Holdsworth and Aaron Borg ended up running out of fuel coming to the final couple of laps. You led the majority of the race. The one restart where you forced it 3 wide to dodge the wreck. I know you had a little bit of a Code Brown moment there in your pants. Hopefully you had brown pants on so you don't really get to see it, but you're able to come away with a top 3 finish here tonight. You kept the truck as clean as you possibly could. Just couldn't get that track position that you needed. Were you hoping for a caution coming with at least 5 to 6 laps to go?
Thanks, mate. Yeah, that would have been handy, or no cautions earlier in the race. Would have been nice. Sort of felt like I spent the night just dodging trucks going sideways. So, yeah, it was a bit of an interesting one.
Did you have a spare set of tyres up your sleeve in case we did have a green light checker?
No, mate, that was my last set when I pit under green at the end there.
Right. All the strategies now worked out. I now work it all out. It's taken me all night, but I've got it worked out.
So, I mean, everybody having everything that they needed to do with pit road strategy and everything like that. Obviously, Brad, you locked yourself into the playoffs. Kind of easy streak going on. You got Bristol next week. Can't wait to see what you have in order for yourself at Bristol. I know you like the short tracks. You dominated me last season at Bristol Motor Speedway last season. Can't wait to see what you have in store. I mean, you got one more race to go till the playoffs. Can't wait to see you up there. Can't wait to see what you have to prove and see if you just can't knock off another win.
Yeah, that's it. Always look forward to the short tracks. Bristol should be fun. Should see if you can get out of the mic, mate, and come have another race. I remember we had a good run last season.
All right, buddy. Well, if there's anybody on that number 1 lobby sports machine you'd like to give a shout out to, the floor is yours.
Just you guys, as always, for putting these events on, and the guys at Lobs Esports. Thank you.
All right, let's go to do it for our top 3 here tonight. And Nigel, 128 laps up in the books and 128 laps down in the books here tonight. Great race from a lot of these drivers all the way through. The restarts were a little bit tricky, but that's just kind of how Atlanta goes. One more race for this series until we hit the playoffs, as it is Bristol, 150 laps next week. And then we start a round of 12 at New Hampshire, starting the playoff debut with 120 laps. So that's definitely going to be something to watch. We're going to go from a high-banked half-mile oval to a flat track called the Magic Mile there in New Hampshire. So definitely going to be something fun to watch. Appreciate you being up here in the booth with me there, Nigel.
Thanks once again, Dylan, and I do apologise for the last week a little bit. I've been a little bit missing in action. I've had a little bit of other things going on in life, but we're looking forward to Bristol next week, and then also the round of 12 as well. And the good thing about the round of 12 is there is a road course in there as well to really spice things up a little bit.
Yeah, definitely going to be something fun to watch out for. I mean, obviously nobody wants to see a road course in the round of 12, but we're going to have it as we get a nice little playoff standing look after Darlington. Obviously, these will be updated after tonight's race, but it's going to be Tom Freer with 2 wins in taking the leading the points stages here tonight. But Nigel, that's going to do it for myself up here in the broadcast booth with Nigel Seidel, my co-partner here in the A&E Truck Series. Hopefully everybody enjoys the rest of their week and their weekend. Can't wait to see you guys back out there on the racetrack with the Sunday night the Xfinity cars as they take their next race here this weekend. Let's go to do it for myself and Nigel in the broadcast booth. My name is Dylan McDonald. Make sure you guys take care